up? Welcome to my channel. Today we are doing a health and wellness favorite. So this is not going to be like makeup and stuff. It's just going to be stuff that's, you know, health and wellness. I don't know how else to describe it. It's kind of what I've been into this year. It's what I've been into for a minute, and I haven't made a video like this, and I put it off because I felt like no one cares about health and wellness, but I care about health and wellness, and maybe there's a few of you out there that do. And if you don't, I'm happy you're here anyways. Thank you guys for being here and joining me. So be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It can get a little random in this video, and that's okay. I don't have things in category. So I'll start with my hair ties. I have talked about these before. These are my favorite hair ties. So whenever you order these off Amazon, you will get 3 little bars of them. They come with 100 hair ties, and they're my absolute favorite. They are the seamless hair ties, and I use 2 of these when I go running because I have a lot of hair and my hair gets heavy. So I'll do a pony, and then because my pony gets matted from rubbing on my back, I'll twist it around in a bun and do a second hair tie. I'm going to be talking about a little bit of my running gear in this. If you guys haven't kept up with me on IG story and Instagram, I am training for a half marathon right now, which is 13.1 miles. So I'm at 9 miles right now. I'm working on it hard. We're training. So I have just have like a lot of running recommendations because of that. I would love for you to join my journey. Even if you're like, I never want to run a day in my life, I would love for you to just join me on that journey because that's a new avenue in my life. I've been running for over 3 years now, and my goal for 2026 was to put it into work and doing a marathon, get that training in. So I'm really excited to see what all this progresses and turns into. Okay, what is next? Let's go ahead and talk about running shoes. I get asked questions all the time about what is my favorite running shoes. So if you're not a runner and you just like to work out or you like to do walks or hikes, these shoes would be great for that as well. These are the first ones. I bought these myself. These are the Nike Vomero Plus. These are very popular. Almost every runner on Instagram is wearing these. So that's why I was like, should I buy these? And I talked to some runners and they were like, yes, these are really good. I got these in a size 8.5. I always go at least minimally half size up in my running shoe because your foot is slamming down and you want that extra space, but you don't want them to be too big where you're rubbing. But shin splints can come from bad shoes or shoes that are too small, it's too tight. So I ran quite a few miles in these, and they are fantastic, super comfortable, a lot of stability, a lot of support. And then New Balance had sent me these, and then I was like, oh, now I have 2 pair of running shoes. Now I started my running journey in Hoka's, but my Hoka's are just worn out. The Clifton 10s, they are amazing, but you shouldn't be running long distances in worn out running shoes. You really need that stability and support. These are the 1080s. These are the extra cushioning for everyday runs. These are not marathon shoes, either of these, by the way. These are just my training zone 2 shoes, but these are the cushiest, bounciest shoes that I own. So these are a little cushier, have a little more bounce than the Nike. So it just depends on what you want. I love these so much. I feel like I could run a whole marathon in these, even though they're not specifically for marathon running. They are for training. They're just beyond comfortable. They've already gotten dirty. I'm so sad, but all my running shoes, they're meant for work. So I don't really care, you know, if they get scuffed or smudged. I'm like, it's gonna happen. But I love these. Highly recommend New Balance. Also, not that I'm going to be buying more running shoes anytime soon because I have enough, but I've heard Saucony and Adidas are also like 2 of the best running shoes. So I may try those next whenever these get worn out. Next, I'm grabbing my books. I have 3 self-help books I want to talk about a little bit with you guys. It goes in the wellness era. So first, I'll link this Kindle. This is a Paperwhite Kindle. I do like the turning of a page versus a Kindle. However, the Kindle's been really convenient because whenever it's dark at night or I'm just somewhere it's hard to see, you can read the Kindle anywhere because it has a little bit of a light. And this one's called Paperwhite, so it does kind of mimic, instead of looking at a screen, it mimics paper. But anyways, I'll link this one that I have below. It is a great investment, but I read the book Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. I love his podcast. He speaks so profoundly and just straight to point. Like, he's so to the point with all these questions you may have about life. So I bought his book on my Kindle, Think Like a Monk, and I found it to be an extremely profound book, and it kind of changed the way I thought about a lot of things in my life and how I view things long term, and it changed them for the better. Also, he gives you a lot of information about like why monks do things and why they think the way they think and do the things they do, and it was really interesting. He's an amazing, profound writer, so love that. Okay, so Think Like a Monk. I'll link it. By the way, on my storefront, I have a section with all my favorite books. And I say that because in my DMs all the time, you guys are like, what's your favorite self-help book? What's the self-help book that changed you or that made, all the questions, they're there. They're on my storefront in a folder. So check that out. If you're ever like just randomly at night, like I need a good self-help book, it's always available to you. Next, I recommended this book a lot. If you don't believe in manifestation, that's okay. Every time I recommend manifestation, religious people take it personal. I don't care if you don't ever read this book. I'm not trying to convince you to read this book. I'm trying to tell you this is what this book did for me, and if you're interested in it, let me recommend it to you. But if you're like, manifestation is the devil, then believe that. Like, I'm not here to convince you it's not. Anyways, this book is called Manifest by Roxy Nafasi. I think after you read a book like this and know what manifestation is, you no longer walk around going, oh, I manifested that. I thought it and it happened, because that's not what manifesting is. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort, and it basically is a breakdown guide how to get what you want out of your life. Good things. We manifest bad things too, by the way, with our actions, with our thoughts. It's a pretty short book, extremely profound writer. Roxy has been a writer for a long time, and you can tell in her writings. Very profound book. I've read this book like 3 times, by the way, because I feel like you need a refresher. And this book is really inspiring. It inspires me to get up and get going. It inspires me to work a little harder on that discipline in my life. It's just such an motivating, positive read that I love it. So there's a lot of chapters in this book that really can help you boost your confidence, but she ended up writing another book that's specifically about confidence. And now this book does have a lot of little groundwork and a lot of tools to go to and use, but this book is really good too. I'm almost finished with it. I think the big misconception about confidence, and I say this because, when I ask questions or anything like that, you guys always ask me, how do I get more confident? Or how do I become more confident? And I think people think it's like this thing in your brain that just clicks one day and then you're more confident and you live a more confident life. And that's not what confidence is. Confidence is earned. And I know people hate to hear that, but you got to work for it and you got to do things to build your confidence. This book is a really great 8-step guide to building confidence. And I just agree wholeheartedly with every single thing she says in this book. So I highly recommend this book. If you're someone who knows you have low self-esteem, this book can help guide you where that low self-esteem is coming from. This is me getting off track a little bit, but I was listening to a podcast this past weekend and I couldn't agree more. Some of us grow up with guides that tell us everything to make us a better, more confident, high self-worth person with a good life. Some of us grow up with parents or brothers and sisters or cousins or a mentor that guides us and helps us make right decisions to live a better life. And then there are those of us, which is what I fall under, you had a lot of examples of what not to become, but you didn't have examples of what to become. And studies have shown that people who have only had bad examples of what not to become typically can have the exact same outcome as a person who had all the examples of what to become, because you're able to look at that and be like, okay, I don't want that. And I don't want to, like, these are great examples of what not to do, can be just as effective as examples of what to do in life. So that was just like an interesting tidbit. I was like, wow, that was me. And they often say the youngest child has the most advantage in life because they're able to sit back and see it all because they're the youngest. And that was my exact experience in life. So whenever I heard that, I was like, well, damn, if that wasn't me. That doesn't mean that if you're not the youngest child that you don't have that. Having bad examples around you doesn't put you behind. In fact, it puts you at the same level of people who do have mentors, right? Because it just depends on how you're looking at that. So if you're living in a place in your life right now where you're like, everyone around me is a flop, I don't know what to do, use them as an example as what not to do. And more times than none, that will guide you right into a better place, a good place that you should be, a high self-worth place. You don't always have to live in a perfect family with great parents and mentors and guides of telling you everything to do. And I also find that there's a little bit more freedom. That's just my personal experience. There's a little more freedom whenever you don't have someone telling you, you're going to go to college and you're going to do this to be successful. You have a little more freedom to play with your life, which is a beautiful thing. But anyways, confidence, it will teach you how to raise your self-worth and the things and the work that you have to put in to build your confidence, okay? And getting uncomfortable is going to be a part of that. that. So definitely recommend this book. I could talk about this stuff all day. I love it. You guys know that. I have a podcast. If you don't listen to it, I kind of drop little tidbits in and out of there. Our podcast isn't about self-development, but whenever I get the chance to speak on it on our podcast, I definitely take the opportunity because it changed my life and I know it can change yours as well. Okay. Next, now let's jump back into running. I have 2 pair of running glasses. My main pair I wear, you guys ask me where they're from all the time. They're from Aloe, but they don't sell them anymore. That's why. If you ever see me not linking something, I'm not ignoring you. It's because it's not available to link. I'm sorry. This is by the brand Rendevis. I don't know how to pronounce it. I saw it on Instagram. Okay, listen, these are cute with my hair down, but they are a little too big for me. Because with my hair up, I don't know. Maybe they're cute with like a hat, but these are really cool. I do like them. I think they're a little big for my head. So if you have a normal head size, unlike me, these are really cool. I'll be sure to link everything so you can find them easily because I don't even know that I'm saying the name of the brand right. And then I recently found these, just Googling running sunglasses. So I just found these. What is the brand? I don't even know. I will find them in my email and I'll link them for you. But these are so sickening. These are my favorite because they're a little tighter here. So whenever you're covered in sweat and wet, they don't drop down on you. These flex in a little more. So they're great for my tiny head. I think these are really cool. I also love the polarization, the reflex on these, so cool. So these are my favorites right now. And then I have my Aloe pair and then these that I'm just alternating out. So sickening. Love them. I'll link them for you guys. They're amazing. And then they just came with this little case. I try to keep them in so they don't get scratched up. They may get scratched up. I'm pretty rough on sunglasses. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, next, Bruins is how I pronounce this, but I think I've heard other people pronounce it differently. You get the point. You see the bag. So these are viral on Amazon. I was like, I'm gonna buy some and I'm gonna try them out. And I love them. So what they are is they are little gummy bears. You get a little pack right here. I like that they size them out so you can just get them. You can throw them in your bag on the go. They have whole foods and vegetables, whole food fruits, vitamins, minerals, mushrooms good for the brain, antioxidants, and gut health prebiotics. So a lot of good stuff in just a couple gummies. They have a fresh, sweet taste. Tyler thinks they taste like iron. He likes them, but I think they're just yummy. No, they don't taste like a piece of candy. Come on, anything that's good for you is not gonna taste like a piece of candy. They have a little bit of a fall apart texture when you chew them, but I like this. They're so yummy to me. I eat them like a snack. And one little bag is a single serving of these. So it's good for energy, immunity, recovery, beauty, and cognition. If your diet sucks, and you know it sucks, this could be a good option for you for the whole fruits, veggies, vitamins, and minerals. If you're working out enough and need a little recovery, could be good for you. Also for prebiotic gut health. Now, just to clarify, I do not have a medical degree. So I am not qualified to give you medical advice. It is up to you to know what's going on with your body and your doctor, not the YouTuber who told me to buy this. I'm just recommending what I take, but I just want to make that clear. I'm not qualified to give you medical advice, but I do love these and I just eat them every day and I think they're the best. Yummy, yummy, yummy. A little healthy snack, if you will. This is the big bag. This has 28 days worth of packs. However, they have smaller bags if you just want to try them out and see if they're for you. If it's something you could get into, get the smaller bag. I'll link them from Amazon. Okay, I have a couple skincare products I want to talk to you guys about. This is a newer product from Sunscreen Editor. One of my favorite Korean skincare brands. They're very innovative. This is a filler type product at home. So this is their silk peptides. You can put this on and then put their gold mask on, but you pump out some. It has gold threads in it. It's so cool. Super deep collagen, really filling, and then you're gonna squeeze it out on your face. It's like needleless Botox, and then you rub it in, you let it dry, and I would put a sheet mask on top of this to lock it in and absorb, and it is very plush, very plumpy, and of course leave your skin so super glowy. But I feel like this is just an accelerated version of what they've already made. This is new that they've come out with, and you'll see the little gold threads all over your face, and you can just rub them in and they kind of melt into your skin. You can use this morning and night. I love this product for super glowy, healthy, plush, plump skin. It is amazing and it is needleless, but this is just a really fun packaging to squeeze the product out, keep the product airtight, and then you can just apply it to your face. Absolutely love this from Sunscreen Editor, so gonna recommend that to you. Anua, this has been, ooh, my hair's in my face. This has been one of my favorite lightweight moisturizers. This has the PDR in it, really great for collagen, really great for mature skin. It is super lightweight. It will not clog your pores. It will not break you out, and it is fabulous to wear under makeup. I love this glass tip applicator, by the way, the little needle. It just makes it so easy to squeeze out, keeps it hygienic, and then it literally rubs out in like 2 rubs and your skin will be so glowy. Love the PDRN in it. Anua is one of the top Korean skincare brands, and they sent me this and they're like, this is one of the most moisturizing anti-aging creams for your face out there, and I couldn't agree more. It is fantastic, like truly the best. Also, I love Korean skincare because when I'm recommending these products to you, they don't cost $100. They're affordable skincare, and that's the best part. Next, I'm gonna recommend to you, of course, the Medicube toner pads. I use these on my chest, back, and face. I use them every day. You get 70 pads. Sometimes you can get them for $15. Sometimes it's $18. It just depends on the sale that they're running. I did get questions in my DMs. Is Medicube a trend or does it really work? As far as these work, and if you have breakouts and you use these, you will know that they work. Also, you know, you can go in Sephora. They make a bunch of different versions of the pads to wipe on, but they're like $100. So these are truly a fraction of the cost, and you get more pads. You get 70 pads. I love them. This is the standard, the most popular. They also have a stronger version and a milder version depending on your skin type. Do you need something a little more aggressive? Do you need something a little softer for your sensitive skin? They have both. I'll link them all for you. I mean, these are my number one. This is pretty much empty, but I already got a backup, baby. You don't gotta worry about me. I already got a backup. Okay, next, sunscreen. Everyday sunscreen for my runs. I only have the Ulta MD packet. So sad I've got to order more. I just love Ulta MD. It's a really powerful sunscreen for your face for runs. So yeah, at my esthetician's office, she's like, we have free packets. And I was like, can I have some? Because I ran out, but I gotta order some more. Ulta MD. We used to sell this brand at the dermatologist office that I worked for, and I've trusted it for so many years, so I just love going to it. They also make a good mineral spray sunscreen for the body if you're into mineral, but this is a great clear sunscreen. And then as far as Korean sunscreen, Daily Relief Sunscreen SPF 40 by Beauty of Joseon is one of my absolute favorites. It wears just like a moisturizer. Like, you would not know that it's actually sunscreen. By the way, look at this. Look at this. Sunboon editor. It will make you have glass skin. I'm not kidding. It's like made of magic. It's such a cool ass serum. But anyways, this sunscreen, it blends in seamlessly and it is really nice just to wear on the daily, and it's not expensive. It's the Beauty of Joseon. So it's another great Korean skincare brand. It won't make your face feel gritty. It won't clog your pores. It's just an easygoing sunscreen. Next on our agenda. Ooh, okay, I have 2 like more body moisturizers. I've almost used this entire tube of the Ilion. This is the Ceramide body cream. So I really like this one before bed. It just shot across my room. Fab. But it is scent-free, super rich and thick, and it hydrates my skin without leaving me too greasy or like messing up my sheets and all. So I do put this all over my arms and legs and feet before I go to bed because it's very hydrating. It's vegan. It's great for sensitive skin. It's Korean skincare. I love the consistency and texture of it, and I love the results. I also don't wake up feeling like a grease ball, you know what I mean? So it's like that good in-between body moisturizer. Especially this time of year, my skin is a little more dry, so I need a little extra moisture. So Ilion is amazing, amazing, amazing. Also pretty good in price. Next is the L'Occitane hand cream. I love their hand cream. I have these little bottles everywhere. They are fab. Also another product that will not leave you feeling super greasy, but very moisturizing to your hands. I find myself washing my hands every 5 minutes this time of year because everybody is sick. Everybody's trying to get me sick. No one washes their damn hands. So that's a problem because I'm always washing my hands, but it dries my hands out. This is the large. They have a small bottle of this as well. So if you're like, girl, that's a big bottle, don't worry. You can get the smaller size, and it just like melts right in without leaving you a grease ball, but yet very hydrated. It also is made with organic shea butter, so it's got good ingredients in it. I love L'Occitane, you guys know that. Ooh! Another thing I want to talk about is my gratitude journaling. I've talked about this before. I'll talk about it again every single night, and it is intentional for me to close out my night, my day, with gratitude journaling. This was something recommended to me in my self-development journey, and I decided to do it and be disciplined enough to really stick to it. So this can look and be different for everybody. I think you should make it personal to you. I'll tell you mine, and I don't think you have to do it just like I do it, but I pick 5 things a day that I'm grateful for. And I try to make sure it's not the sun, the moon, the sky, stars, breath, living life, easy things that are thoughtless. I try to make it very intentional that had to do with that day. It may be, the really nice guy at the grocery store that made me smile. Like that goes in as one. It may be my willpower when I really didn't want to show up and I chose to show up for myself anyways. I'm really grateful to myself for that. That'd be maybe number 2. It may be getting to live in California and run on a beautiful warm beach in the month of January. That may be number 3. But it's things that have to be specific to that day. And what's really cool about gratitude journaling is, one, cognitively it's really good for you to physically write words. So it's 15 minutes a day of me writing. Another thing is writing and journaling is one of the highest forms of therapy, and it's free, and it's the one that the least amount of people do because it takes a little bit of discipline to get you to sit down and write. And it is that because writing helps to focus your thoughts. That's why writing is important and journaling is important. And another thing is gratitude journaling puts you in a very positive mindset right before you go to bed. So you're going to bed on a positive note rather than a worry, negativity, bad things that happened that day kind of note. It kind of washes all that out. Your brain can only focus on one thing at a time. So if you've had a terrible day and it's time to gratitude journal, it recenters your thoughts to a positive place, whether you want it to or not, because your brain can only focus on one thing at a time. So you're going to be focusing on something positive. Another thing that it does is it leaves me throughout my day looking for the positive, because I'm going to need things to write in my gratitude journal. So I'll spend my day, that's something to acknowledge, instead of just letting life be mundane and all these amazing little things that happen to us every day that we may take for granted. It helps me to acknowledge them, and it helps me every single day to just have that little moment and be like, I'm really grateful for that. I'm going to write that down tonight. I am taking the time to acknowledge the good things in my life, no matter how small they are. So what it's doing is it's like me going through my day looking for positives. You will find what you're looking for. Most of the time, people are looking for negatives because it's a primordial thing. It's like what keeps us safe. It's like negative, negative, negative. But if you can rewire that, gratitude journaling can help you find the positives in your day, no matter how bad your day is, or no matter how bad you hate your coworker, or how annoying your boss is, or how much you hate that class you have to take or show up to. It helps you to find the positive, because without it, life is just so mundane, and I find that we miss all the good that happens to us all the time. So I could go on for years about why it's so good, but there's so many reasons. Taking a couple minutes at the end of your day and being committed to writing things you're grateful for can completely change your life. So this is a book I got for $3 on clearance at TJ Maxx. And to gratitude journal, I just get a plain notebook. There's no fancy. Some people like notebooks with prompts. I think that's amazing. Again, like I told you, make it personal to you and what's gonna work and inspire you. For me, it has to be a plain notebook, and it has to have a hard cover because I write in bed, so I need like something to write on. So the base of the book has to be hard, and it has to have metal spiral because I don't like a sewn in seam, because I can't hold the book open. So I want to be able to flip the book all the way around to have that hard surface. So there are a couple requirements, and sometimes you can find these for $3 at TJ Maxx. But this says tomato. I don't even care what's on the cover. It's more about the logistics of the book, and I gotta have a good pen. So those are kind of my I know I had a girlfriend text me the other day. She was like, can you send me a link to the gratitude journal you use? I was like, it's just a notebook. There's no special book, but it's very effective. Okay, you don't have to have a fancy book to gratitude journal, or if you want to make it fun, get a fancy book. Okay. Next, I want to talk about my Bala bands. These are bougie weights, but this is a really cool one to do basically any type of workout that you want to do. Yeah, I've had this for a long time. This is a weighted ring, and you can even look online, look on YouTube for workouts to do with your weighted ring. I like this because it's not clunky, it's pretty, it's easy to store anywhere, and it's just great for little workouts. So it's the Bala ring, and yeah, it's so good for like a sculpt, Pilates, little weightlifting moment. I love doing doing workouts with my Bala ring. You're like, what is that? It looks like, I don't know what it looks like. It is quite heavy though. I think this one is definitely 10 pounds. So you can do a lot of work with this little ring. They probably have dupes for it too on Amazon if you look. And then the weighted ankles. These are actually devil, because in all my heated sculpt classes, you may see me post on IG story. So those classes are heated. It's only 92 degrees, which is not that hot. It's just like warm. The class that I'm not allowed to film in, so you never get to see me do, is 115 degrees, and you will fall to your knees and ask God, why am I here on this earth? I love the challenge. I love it. I'm almost 300 classes deep on my other heated sculpt that's like hot sculpt, not heated, but hot. Let me tell you, I am at, welcome Laura, I'm at 289, baby, 289. I'm close to 300 classes. I'm like addicted to the heated workouts. I think they're amazing. So in the heated sculpt, we always do the entire class with ankle weights on. These are by Bala, they're bougie. You guys can get a cheaper version on Amazon too, but I will link the Bala ones. They're amazing. Mine's all faded because they've been used a lot. I don't typically use these in class. I use theirs, but I do use these at home. So if you want to up the ante on your workouts or you're working out at home, put some ankle weights on. You can also put them on your wrist. You could also clean your house with these on if you want to get a little stronger legs and booty. These are a really great way to just add a little bit of weight, a little bit of tone up. There's easy way to get that in. Next up, let's talk about a couple running items. So these are my gel packs. I only take these on my long runs, and the key with the gel pack, these are just carbohydrates. Okay, they turn into energy. I get the caffeine-free kind. These are yummy and they don't upset my stomach. So these are raspberry lemonade. They're just clear goo gel. They're kind of hard to get down because they're kind of thick, and it's like, you know, you're running and it's like going down your throat. But I'm a texture person, so that might just be me, but they don't upset my stomach. And the key with these are you want to take them every 20 to 30 minutes on a long run, because they will give you that energy, but you don't want to wait until you have no energy and then be like, oh, let me go do a gel pack, because then it's too late. You got to take it before you lose your momentum and you're dying out there, okay? These are great. I get them on Amazon. I really like them. And then my running vest. This is my gal right here. I got this for like 30 bucks off Amazon, and it's my favorite. My car key is still in it. I need to get my car key out of it, but put my car key here. I put my cell phone here. It has a front zipper here. I put my gel pack in front of my cell phone. So the cell phone goes in the pocket, the gel pack goes in the zipper in front. This side holds my water flask right here, which is nice because it has a little thing that ties it on. So it keeps the nozzle up so you can just kind of lean down and get some water out. And it comes with this water bottle where you just bite it right there. You don't have to pop a top. You just take a little bite and water will start to come out. And then it has the click close lid. Very convenient when running. I just ordered a second water bottle. It has a pocket in the back. You could even put like a whole little shirt, but I'm gonna store my second water bottle back here. And then it even has more space, which I've never used, for more stuff back there. So this one is super lightweight. It has holes in it. It's very breathable, very comfortable. They have a lot of fancy vests out there, but this one from Amazon, I'll link. It is a fabulous running vest. It holds everything I need it to hold, so it's perfect. Ooh, we gotta talk about AG1. I've been taking AG1 for years, not months, years, because I find it is the most effective level of nutrition. Do I like the taste? I don't. I actually talked to the AG1 team and they were like, yo. By the way, anything that tastes not so good, it's probably the best stuff for you. So this is like green powder. I noticed the most physical difference in my body with AG1. Like, it's the most telltale difference. So it's so worth it. I don't take it every day. I probably do it like every other day. It has tons of nutrition, tons of pre and probiotics. You're going to poop if you take this. If your muscles are sore from working out, it cuts the soreness time, I will say, about in half. Like, there is a huge difference in the soreness. If I'm sore, I'm like AG1. Or if I know I'm gonna be super sore from workout, AG1 really makes the biggest difference, more than protein to me. And then it also, digestive, baby, the track is gonna be flowing if you're taking this. And then another thing, clarity, mental clarity, huge with this. So AG1, I think, is one of the most effective, nutritious powders out there. So I take it like a shot, so I don't have to drink a huge glass of it because I don't love the taste of it. So I put it in a small glass of water. I put lemon juice in there. I mix it and I chug it. Boom, done. Just as effective. I love AG1. It is, I swear by it, okay? It's a game changer. Headphones for running, I will link my Beats. One of them is in my vest because it fell out of my ear running. So I was like, oh. And then yeah, it just hooks around your ear and then you just plug her in like that and you can, ooh, we're playing music. And then you can tap it and it will turn the music off. So it's nice when you're running, you need to hear something or stop, you can just tap it and it'll stop the song, or tap it and it starts the song. I love these, I've had them for a long time. I'm thinking about getting the headphones that like wrap around the head and hook on for my marathon. These have fallen out on me a couple times, but that's only in my super long runs. So I'm thinking of switching it up, but these have been tried and true to me. So, you know, I might be abandoning the ship. I don't know. And then for running, I do have my Garmin watch. I'll link this exact one. I got like the cloud blue, which is more white than blue, which I love. I think it's so cute. But I've always worked out and ran with my Apple Watch, but Apple Watches are not made for like marathon running. They're made for workouts. They're made for calorie tracking. They're made for everyday use and texting and all calls and all that. This is more so made for athletics. You only have to charge it like once every 8 days, which is crazy, but it's more accurate. So what happened was I was running with my Apple Watch. It was my first time ever hitting 8 miles. So I was really proud of myself. My pace, I kept it up so high, which is so hard to do with that heart rate up. And then whenever I hit mile 7, the Apple Watch went to 0. It glitched out and it said I had ran 0 miles and I stopped running. I was like, what the f? I stopped running. I looked down at my watch and I'm like playing with it. I'm fighting it. It won't go back to counting the correct miles. And then when I got to I was so devastated, by the way. I was so upset. But I was warned by runners. They said, hey, that Apple Watch is not going to be able to keep up the further you run. They said, you got to get a Garmin. You got to get a Garmin. So my Apple Watch blew out on me on my first 8-mile run. And it messed up my run. It messed up my pace. It blew the whole thing. And that's okay. But that day I went home and bought a Garmin. This is not as user friendly as the Apple Watch. It has 5 different buttons and I still to this day have not figured out what all 5 buttons do. This watch is kind of complicated. There are things I love about it. There are things I hate about it, but all in all, for running, it is the creme de la creme of running watches. You gotta have the Garmin. So I got that. I actually do love it. I am gonna recommend my Vaseline stick for chafing. If my underarms and all are chafing, I hit it with the Vaseline stick. I also use this for literally everything in the winter. My nose gets chapped. I put it in there. Hair dye, I do it my roots like around my skin so it doesn't get stained. Like Vaseline is just the best. But this balm stick is just so convenient, it being in a little stick. So this is just one of my most go-to items. And then my multivitamin, which I don't take this on days that I take my AG1 because I feel like it's a little overkill. Again, I'm not qualified to give you medical advice, so do what you need to do. Don't go, Larlarlee doesn't take it every day. I'm not taking my vitamins every day. Just do what you need to do. I'm not even comfortable sometimes saying my routine of vitamins out loud because it's what works for me and I don't want people to mimic that, you know, if they're not doing what I'm doing and it's not going to work for them. But anyways, this is the Essential for Women's by Ritual. It is the least tummy upsetting, tastes like mints, is delicious. It's like ease on your tummy, like the best multivitamin. I love this. I've been taking these for a long time. You take 2 a day and they're easy to swallow and I just have no side effects with it at all. So love Ritual, love this. I'll link it. And that's everything. My God, I was like, wow, I really don't have a lot to talk about. And cut to me 40 minutes later, I have a ton to talk about. But anyways, I have to hop on a call right now and I just finished 10 minutes before my call. How perfect. I'll have everything I talked about linked down below. If you're like, I didn't catch the name of that, what were you talking about? I'll link it and then I'll put everything under one folder called Health and Wellness in my storefront to check it out. And that's it for today's video. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here and watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel before you leave and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.